You have to do it every day. Ask and you will receive. Knock, keep knocking, and the door will be open to you. Seek and you will find. The degree to which you seek God is the degree to which you will find Him. If you never make time to be with God, you will never get to know Him more. If you don't ever take time to study Him, you will never know Him more. The degree to which you seek Him and look for Him and study Him and want to learn from Him is 100% correlated with how much you will receive, how much you will get to know Him and understand Him and hear His voice. I hear plenty of people who say, man, I've just never heard the voice of God. And I ask, well, how often do you sit in silence and ask Him to speak to you? Well, never. Of course you're not going to hear His voice, man. There are times where He intervenes and He's just like, yo, did you? And he's just very loud in that, but that's not often. Often, God is a gentleman. He's waiting for you to open the door to Him, and He will enter. Jesus says in Revelation, look, I stand at the door and knock. And if you let me in, we will share a meal together, and you will converse. You'll hang out. You'll get to know Him. You'll hear His voice. And so it is God who is working within you to change your desires and giving you the power, the self-control and strength to do everything that He teaches you. And so number one, this is the key. This is the whole point of this episode, is if you don't want God as much as you want to, or as much as you think that you should, ask God to increase your want to want Him more. And ask Him to increase your desire to want Him more. But here's the thing. If you only do it one time, it may work. But when I have done this every single day, I notice it when I don't pray it. I can get out of consistency, out of habit of doing it. And I notice that I don't want to read scripture as much. I want to go do other things more. I want to go watch Netflix. I want to relax that way rather than sit in prayer. There are times where I want to play video games more than I do want to worship or read my Bible. There are days where I haven't gotten in the Word, but I'll play video games. What? That's a priority problem. That's a seeking problem. That's a desire problem. It's a habit problem. It's a discipline problem. And this is point number 2, is what you do, what you spend your time doing, is what will increase your desire to do it again. But not only that, when you do something, it increases your probability of doing it again. So for example, there was a season where I really wasn't going outside and walking or anything, but I wanted to get outside and move my body. And so I started going outside and walking. I didn't want to at first, but then it became a routine where I just wake up in the morning, I put my clothes on, and I just go. I just get outside because it's just what I do. And over time, it became something that I deeply value. I feel so much better when I get outside and walk in the morning. It changes my day, and I feel it when I don't get it, and then I want it. In the same way, if you want to read scripture, start with 5 minutes. And once you start with 5 minutes, do 5 minutes the next day, then the next day, then the next day.